think we should be live. Let me refresh over here. I think we should be live. Good morning. Let me refresh over here. Hold on. I think we should be live. Okay, let me mute and then let me go back over to, got it. Okay. Good morning. I was watching both things and that was harder than I thought it was going to be. So today, good morning. I'm also watching to see people joining us, to see who is joining us. Have a few people here and go backwards. Okay, so there, I won't be listening to myself anymore. So good morning.
Good morning.
It's cold here, Tony.
I know we're struggling as well. I think it's probably like 76, 77 right now. So the struggle is real. It's real.
It's real. I'm not, you're not really making me feel sorry for you.
I know. I didn't think that was going to work at all.
No. We are at 37 degrees right now.
Ooh, that's delicious.
I do like cold weather. I do like cold weather, and I'm especially grateful that it is not slushy or drizzly at the moment. I'll knock on wood because, it might be that way a little later. It is very overcast. The wind is kind of strong right now, but yeah, it's really cold here, and I am so glad that we were still able to make it into work and get through our long work day. Good morning. Laura is our Castro Gonzalez is our education coordinator, and she started in this position back in October. So we want everyone, especially our members and those who are watching, to welcome Laura. And I know that she's been with our association more than a couple of years since. But she in this capacity, she's been there just a few months. David, only 71. We're at 71 degrees, David. David Casares, our MLS committee chair, just commented on our Facebook group. And also with us this morning is Tony Martinez. Tony, I want you to take on and just give us a little intro, and we'll get back to more information. I'm trying to wait for more people to join, but we'll get into the details of what you are going to be presenting next Tuesday.
Yes, well, thank you for the opportunity.
Just the other day when we met, you gave us a great introduction and kind of told us a little bit about historically your experience with. Okay.
So I have to match the performance from last time. The pressure is great. Well, listen, thank you so much for the opportunity. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you for having the vision to see value in what I'm presenting and seeing it as a value for your membership. It's always great to see an association that's forward thinking, because that's really what I'm trying to do right now, is get people to think in the future about the potential for an increase in foreclosure activity. Now, I'm not trying to be Nostradamus, but history has a way of repeating itself. And what we are looking at right now is a situation where in the next few months, next couple of years, we're going to see a pretty decent spike in foreclosure activity. What I'm doing is preparing agents for this possibility so that they can engage distressed homeowners. And the reason I do that is there's going to be so many people that are going to be needing help. They're in foreclosure. They don't know what to do. And there just aren't enough agents out there that are engaging them in, first and foremost, trying to see if there's any option for them to stay in the home. And if there isn't an option to stay in the home, how can they exit with some dignity? If you know what to say, how to say it, and when to say it, you are looking at a potential listing. And that listing could be an equity sale, because more people have equity now than they did back in 2008. But we are also going to see a certain percentage of them be underwater. And in those situations, they need a short sale. And it is an area of real estate that's so greatly misunderstood. It's the short sale arena. That's where I come in. That's where my designation, the Certified Distressed Property Expert designation, the CDPE, comes in. We have acquired it. We have brought it back. And I don't know to what extent you want me to get into my history of it, but for those that were licensed back in 2008, 2009, you know what happened. You know how bad the situation got with the mortgage meltdown. And there really wasn't a whole lot of training available to agents on what to do with short sales. When somebody owes more than they can sell the property for. The CDP stepped up, it came live. I joined them early on. I became their lead instructor. I became their instructor of instructors. I taught 15,000 agents how to do short sales. Then I went on to become a broker, and life went on, right? Well, now life has a way of going full circle, and I see a need. I see an opportunity. We purchased a CDP, which had gone dormant. We have brought it back, and we're now probably the fastest growing real estate certification or designation in the country right now. Was that a decent enough introduction to kind of teach them?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That was great. That was great. And certainly we'll get into it a little bit more. We want to go back though, now that we've done the introductions to, because here's something that we do. We have our code of ethics. You're a realtor, you know, the code of ethics class that we have to take. And so last year we started this idea of recognizing and kind of pushing our members and our brokers to help their agents take their code of ethics. So at the end of every month, those brokerages who had 100% completion, we'd throw their names into a raffle, and we would award a $250 gift card. So it was a way of awarding those brokerages who had 100% completion of their code of ethics with their agents. So we did that in October, November, and we haven't had an Education Insider in January for December's raffle. So we're doing that this morning. And we do have the groups broken up to offices or brokers who have less than 35 agents. So 34 and lower, and then those offices, which we all know it's harder the more agents you have, to also give them a chance. So if they have 35 agents or more, we're doing a separate raffle for them. So right now I'm going to share my screen and try and see so that everybody can watch us do this raffle. So here's all the offices. We have them entered into a list here. I'm going to sort a couple of times and just kind of go through, shuffle them. And so we have now shuffled and sorted them in more than 2 times. So I'm just going to click to spin, and it will, this will automatically get us a winner of the names of which brokerage is going to get a $250 gift card. And our winner is a Sarah Real Estate Experts. That's Edward Maldonado. Oh my gosh, Edward's going to be so excited, right? So we will be in contact, Edward, if anybody that's watching can contact him and tell him. We will also be in contact with him, and we have the gift card available for pickup. So we congratulate you. And again, I'm not sure when you completed 100% participation or completion of code of ethics with your agents. It could have been October, November, December, but the earlier you get done with the code of ethics, the earlier you got thrown into the raffle, and your name was never removed for the 3 months. So I'm congratulations to them. And now I'm going to switch over, and I want to make sure that this is showing. So give me a second, but this is the name of the offices that had 100% completion that have 35 agents or more. And yes, it's showing up. So let me go ahead and spin this one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names of brokerages, and let's see who's going to be the winner of the $250 gift card from amongst these 6. And we have EXP Realty. There it is, officially winning another $250. So this is great. We congratulate you. I know that we also have Laura. I just wanted to kind of go really quickly through. If you could just give us a highlight of what classes are coming up in the next couple of days. This is an Education Insider. We do want people to know what to sign up for. And let me say, while we're on the subject of code of ethics, we are in a new cycle. And while we have all of these offices who have completed their code of ethics, why not get started now? Why not get it done and check it off the list and not have to worry about it at the end of the biennium? At the end of the requirement. We are in cycle 7 of the code of ethics completion requirement. So please go online, complete your code of ethics, and just check it off the list. There's no reason to hold off or postpone doing it. So I strongly encourage everybody. And imagine if you complete it now, at the end of the biennium, when we start the raffles in October, your name will be in there every single month. So get 100% completion as soon as possible. Check that off your list, and let's keep it moving. So
this coming week on the 7th, we have 2 classes available. The 4 skills you need to improve your transaction. That's in the morning from 10 to 12. And then from 1 to 3, we have disclosure, what you can and can't say. Okay. And then on the 8th, of course, we have Tony as a special guest with his class. So I'll let him talk about that one when in a few minutes. On the 10th, we have also 2 classes available. Discovering commercial real estate, that's from 9 to 12. And then from 1 to 4, we have a commercial sales contract 101. And that is a TREC contract class. I know some of you need to make sure that you have that contract credit with TREC. So that's one of the classes you can take. On the 16th, on the 18th, we have a development 101, sell to developers and make big commissions. I also want to highlight that on the 17th, we have our YPN Social Power Hour over at the Suerte Bar and Grill from 5 to 7. That's on the calendar as well.
And then I want to say in a month, on March the 10th and the 4th and the 11th and 17th and 18th, we have GRI marketing. Yes. And we are reaching out to you if you've taken any of the other courses. This is a great time to re-sign with GMAR University. Some of you have only taken one of the other GRIs. And for the cost of GMAR University, and you still have 2 left to take, each of those individually, if you pay early, is $150 each class. So 4 days, $150. But if you sign up for GMAR University and sign up for either the combo or the premium package, you get those other 2 classes of GRI plus all the other designations and certifications that you want to take throughout the year. And that's an amazing price. You can't beat the price that we offer. For GMAR University, if you sign up for the combo package, you are getting about $1,500 worth of education for less than $500. And you can make payments. You make those, you sign up for GMAR University, you can get that in 3 individual payments. You contact Shirley at billing@gmar.org for that. So I'm highly recommend you to do that. If you get just the basic courses, then you get all the basic courses you want to take. It excludes CCIM for any of the GMAR University, always excludes CCIM, but the basic package does not include certifications and designations, but it helps you get a lot of hours in a 1-year period. We have over 110 members that signed up for GMAR University last year. Again, it is a huge benefit. And even if you sign up for the basic package, that's also given to you in payments. That's $75, $25 a month for 3 months. Yep. So it's a great value.
Broker responsibility coming up in March 22nd. And that will be a live class It will not be broadcasted, so if you need to take it, brokers or those agents who have been assigned as supervisors, you also need to take it. That will be in person here with Carl Leatherman.
I want to say that we are doing everything that we can to help our members, especially in regards to education and completing not only your credits, but also your SAE hours or CAE hours. So, you know, GMAR University is a great value. I can't shout it from the rooftops enough. But definitely those are upcoming things that we want to go over with our members. And so we will send this video out, by the way, Tony. We also download this video, we go live, it's in our closed Facebook group, so members can go back and watch it at will. And then we also download it and send it via email to our members and letting them know the topics, and like we'll include the Zoom link for Tuesday's class. So let me just say we love to keep these classes we don't want to go too long, because our members, you know, we want to respect everybody's time, and we know it's Friday and there's a cold front, and in South Texas we don't necessarily know how to act and behave and move around when the weather gets a little different than what we're used to. So we want to make sure that we let everyone go about their day and go show homes and sell. But when we received your email, and it was very intriguing to us because, you know, we're aware of what's going on in the real estate industry. I myself was not in the real estate industry in any shape, way, or form back in 2007 and 8 and 9, but that didn't mean that I wasn't a homeowner and that it didn't somehow impact me at that time. And I remember, you know, a lot of people around me and in my social world that it affected them as well. And, you know, we all know and have been watching, you know, the last 2 years. And while a lot of in the real estate world has been very positive, we all were waiting and knew that the moratorium on evictions was coming, and that the end of it was going to happen. And so when your email came in, you know, it seems ideal, and the information seems like this is very invaluable into where we're going into the marketplace in the coming year. And just to have this information, again, as you said earlier, to help facilitate the information to the people that you're serving, and whether it's buyers or sellers. So talk to me a little bit about the class. And so on Tuesday we have at 10 a.m. We have scheduled an event with you so that you can go into about an hour and a half informational highlights. But tell us about this designation certification.
Yes, it's the CDP, Certified Distressed Property Expert. We're a private designation. I always put that out there because people will say, hey, are you affiliated with NAR? I go, no, we're not. We're a private one. And just to kind of reiterate, because maybe there's folks that kind of joined you, what brought me back into the CDPE was exactly what you just mentioned. When COVID hit, 2 years ago, we're coming up on, and we saw so many millions of people go into forbearance. And I think a lot of people agree with this. You can't have millions of people not making their mortgage payments for 6 months, and then it was extended to 6 more months, and then 6 more months. And then you got to understand there's a whole lot of people that could have paid that didn't pay. And then people were expecting that they never had to make up the payments again. All these crazy ideas were circulating. That kind of brought me back into teaching on short sales. I never stopped teaching, but as you mentioned, I am a broker myself here in Florida, and that's what I do full time. But I have a passion for teaching. As soon as that happened, I started teaching a course called Short Sale Mastery, and I started getting agents from all over the country wanting to find out, okay, how do short sales work? What can you do? What can you not do? Then the question would come up, hey, is this a designation? And I said, maybe someday. And then it dawned on me, wait a minute, the number one designation for short sales is dormant, sitting there. Why don't I just buy it? And I approached my old bosses with the idea of acquiring it and bringing it back. Now, in its heyday, the CDP had 48,000 members, to kind of give you an idea. And they got to 48,000 members in just probably under 3 or 4 years. That's how quickly it grew. I took it out of mothballs. I dusted it off. I made it relevant to today's market. I started teaching it via Zoom so everyone can go ahead and participate regardless of where they were based out of. I teach it in sections so it doesn't overwhelm someone, because the old class was live, 2 intensive days. And it was like taking a sip of water from a fire hydrant. People on the second day would be forgetting half what they learned in the first day. I teach it over 5 weeks, 5 2-hour sessions. If every session is recorded, if they miss a session or they can't ever be at any of the sessions, they get the recordings that evening. And I got to admit, maybe less than humbly, I'm pretty good at what I do. And having taught at least 15,000 agents how to do short sales, I feel that I'm qualified to go ahead and teach these classes. And what I have found is that there's resistance out there. There's resistance out there to the idea that we could have a market other than the market we've had for the past 2 or 3 years. Even though many of the experts have come out and said, don't expect the 20% increases and everything that we've been having. In fact, some folks have actually come out and said, we may see some corrections and actually not just slowing down of appreciation, but even reversing it. What I do on this class that's coming up on Tuesday is I make my argument. I present my view on why agents should be prepared to step up and work the distressed market, knowing full well that there are people that will be on the call that initially are going to say, nope, nope, nope. I go, just hear me out. Let me make my argument. One of the arguments that I make is 2008, for those of us that remember, equated to 100-foot tsunami. If it was a tidal wave tsunami, it was like standing on that beach and watching 100-foot tsunami coming your way. All right, that's bad. And people will tell me, is it going to be as bad this time around? I go, no, I don't believe it will be. I pray it will not be. Nobody wants that. But if there's going to be a wave, this one might be a 20-footer. So people optimistically will say, well, that's not as bad as a 100-foot tsunami. Then I say, I agree. But for the person standing on the beach with a 20-foot tsunami coming their way, are they going to stop to say, how thankful am I that it's not a 100-footer? You know, and that's how I try to get people to stop and think and say, there's always been foreclosures. There will always be foreclosures in any market. And a certain percentage of them will be underwater. So what the CDP does, it teaches agents to feel confident to engage people that are having mortgage issues. Now, once you engage them, you can try to help them. And if they have no option but to sell, well, you'll quickly establish whether there's equity. If there's equity, then you'll go ahead and help them with a regular sale. But if they don't have equity, if they're underwater, you won't have to turn them away. I'll teach you how to engage a short sale from start to finish. On Tuesday, after I make my argument about what I foresee, I start talking about foreclosure. I give you little tidbits of the class, little teasers that say, listen, what is foreclosure? What's not? And then I start talking about what are the consequences to foreclosure. A lot of folks don't understand. They don't just get to hand the keys to the bank and just walk away. There could be consequences that can follow them around for up to 7 years, if not for an entire lifetime. When agents start to understand that these issues exist and will probably continue to rise, because let's face it, for the past 2 years, in most states, the moratorium was in place. Everything was artificially held in check. Well, as the moratorium started to lift, we started to see the foreclosure activity start to pick up. And I also talk about how many people that were in forbearance or are in forbearance right now, they probably will work something out with the bank so that they can stay in the home. But what they don't realize is the mortgage is not the back payments, the missed payments are not forgiven. They're usually added to the back of the loan. Now, let's say 2 or 3 years from now, they go to sell. They totally forgot that they have this money there that they owe, $20,000, $30,000 or more. Well, when you couple that with maybe the market not being as hot as we have right now, we may be seeing a lot more people be tight, if not completely underwater when it comes to their mortgage. I walk you through all this on Tuesday. I keep it fast paced. And at the very end of my presentation, I do an invite. I say, folks, if this is intriguing to you at all, if you would like to be considered an expert in this area, if you like to take your knowledge to another level and engage, then take my full course. What we're doing on Tuesday together is absolutely free, but there is a cost to earn the designation and get all of that training and all of the resources that we provide. But of course, you being as good as you are, you negotiated an amazing discount for all of your members. So those that participate will get a discount. And then I'll open it up to Q&A. When I've done this with other associations, I have stayed on the call for as long as a half an hour, answering as many questions as possible. So that's it in a nutshell, what we're going to cover on Tuesday.
I appreciate that. And I know that our members, in fact, I had a member on our education committee, and I'm not sure if she's still watching. I know Monica was on a second ago because she commented, but asked about, oh my gosh, I had that designation. So there are people who have been around and been in the industry since before 2008 and may have already had this designation, and they're interested to go through the class again. So it's important.
Monica, could I bring something up? Thank you for reminding me of that. So, we had 48,000 members at one point, and basically all that went away. Well, one of the first things I did was allow agents that were former CDPEs to be grandfathered in, pay the small fee that they would pay per year, and be able to activate their CDPE again. So that was very well received. And then on top of that, I gave them an additional discount if they wanted to take the refresher course. Mm-hmm. So I have people coming on board that have never taken the CDPE. I have people that used to have it, but maybe haven't done a short sale in 8 or 10 years. Our classes are amazing. Like the one I'm doing right now launched 2 weeks ago. And again, it's 5 sessions, right? So the next one coming up is February 15th. So all of your members that would like to participate, they'll be able to join that February 15th. And what I love is there's a cross section. I may have 20 different states represented on the call. And you see the collaboration and the relationships that are developing and how this could further referrals in the future. So it really does bring the whole country together as far as how this process works.
Great. And I'm kind of looking over at the comments, just people putting information in. I do want to point out, as our president for 2022 posted in the comments, for Code of Ethics, you can also complete the Commitment to Excellence program through NAR C2EX, and that gives you the credit for the Code of Ethics. So thank you, Mac, for that. Let's see. Oh, wow. Awesome. Great comments. So yeah, I don't see any additional questions, Tony. So again, we have the class set up in your member portal, in our member portal through our AMS system. You can go in there to our members. They can go in, sign up, and so that they can attend that class. Laura we can always put information. I guess the link may be in the comments.
Okay.
So that members who want to sign up can go into the comments, click on the link. It'll take them into where they can register. And we thank you so much for taking your Friday morning off. I know it must be hard to be away from that 71 degrees.
I know, 76
76 degrees.
So, I know the struggle is definitely real, but I'll do my best to hang in there.
Well, we'll have some warm soup over here in South Texas to warm up our bones. And we thank everyone who joined us, who went on the comments. And again, congratulations to the winners of those gift cards. And we will put up a notice and send out information for our next Education Insider. And we thank all our members, and keep warm, keep your pipes from bursting, and we will see y'all soon. Bye, everybody. Bye, Tony.
Take care. Have a great weekend.